guys, it's Geneviève from the Red Fairy Project, your destination to get daily doses of inspiration to live healthy and happy. So speaking of health, I know that a lot of you that watch these videos and follow me on Instagram and visit the blog, you guys are on a wellness journey. Well, many of you guys are. And one of the questions that I get a lot and I touch on quite a regular basis is, what is the key factor or what is the key ingredient to stay on this wellness journey, be successful on this wellness journey? And that entails healthy eating and exercising and all that jazz. So all the kind of key things to really be well, be healthy, and be happy. So a lot of people think that it's motivation, discipline, and I have to say that for me, it's not been that at all. Those are key ingredients, I think. But for me, the one factor that has helped me over these last, I would say almost 20 years now, stay on this healthy journey is kindness. And it might sound like, what is she talking about? But the thing is, you can be disciplined, but when you're disciplined, you can be really harsh on yourself. When you're really harsh on yourself, personally, I find that that depletes my energies, the energies that I need to stay disciplined, to stay motivated. So for me, kindness is key. And what I mean by that is you start on day one, you're really motivated, you're really disciplined, and you do your exercise, you do your daily workout, you eat well, and then a few days in or a few weeks in, you fall off the wagon. What you say to yourself and what you do at that moment when things don't go your way, when that wellness journey is all of a sudden maybe put in question or maybe you want to give up, those thoughts that you have, those are what are going to determine, the nature of those thoughts are going to determine whether you continue with that wellness journey or you get off the path and you fall maybe in some of your old patterns of not exercising or maybe unhealthy eating. And it's not always easy to necessarily observe our thoughts. It's something that I've been practicing for, I would say, maybe 10 years or so now. And it's something that it's a daily practice. And really, it really starts with when something happens, once again, when you've had a bad day and maybe you do, and I've done this, I'm not, what's the word? I'm not immune to these things happening. Trust me, I'm not perfect. And I've gone for let's say, I don't know, a week or two without exercising, or I love my poutines. If you don't know what that is, that's because you don't live in Quebec. And honestly, when those things happen, I think at first I was really harsh. I think my natural tendency is to be quite hard on myself. I think I've worked on that a lot. I think many women in particular are quite hard on themselves. I know women, amazing women in my life, super smart, talented, everything. My goodness, they can be hard on themselves as well. So the first thing that you want to do is make sure that you don't start being your own worst enemy when you do fall off the wagon or, eat that bag of chips. And first of all, don't expect to be perfect and don't set the expectation from now on, I will exercise every day, an hour a day. I will eat only healthy foods. First of all, don't do that. You're just going to set yourself up for disappointment. And it's an overwhelming goal, I think anyways. Take it really one day at a time. And when you do have a day where maybe your workout isn't as good, or maybe you didn't have time to work out, or maybe you had to grab a burger somewhere because you were running out of time and you had to go to a meeting or an appointment, be kind with yourself. Make sure that what you're telling yourself is not, oh, there I go again, making bad choices. I'm such a loser. Oh, I'm so lazy. See, I'm lazy. My personality is just, I'm a lazy person. I'm not a naturally active person. These are all stories that we tell ourselves. Believe it or not, before I started on this wellness journey, once again, I think it was about maybe 20 years or 15 years ago now, I was quite unhealthy. I did not eat well. I could take one of those containers of like cake icing, like Betty Crocker, and I would just take a spoon and like I would just sit in front of the TV and just dive in. I did not exercise at all. I couldn't even run for like a minute if my life depended on it. So I did make a lot of unhealthy choices earlier in my life, and then it just gradually changed over time. But this is like, it's a journey, right? So like wellness journey for me, I don't believe in diets. For me, it's a lifestyle change. And I think some people do try to find like that magical pill, that magical solution. And I'm sorry, but I don't think it exists. So it's really a lifestyle change, and it's really a journey. And honestly, like, don't focus as much on the destination as just like the journey itself. Every single day, celebrate showing up for yourself. Celebrate every single good choice that you made in a day for your health and wellness, whether that's drinking your 2 liters of water, or maybe if you're just starting out, it's maybe 1 liter or 3 glasses of water, whatever it is. Like, really put those blinders on and look at what you are doing. Don't compare yourself. That is a total waste of energy and time, and it'll only make you feel bad. Just look at what you're doing and celebrate the little victories, the fact that you ate broccoli today or whatever it is. That's one of the, I have trouble sometimes integrating green vegetables in my diet. So I have little tricks now that I have. And once again, at the end of the day, I have my gratitude practice, and I write down those things. Like, I'm really grateful to have had a healthy meal. I'm really grateful that I had kale in my smoothie today, whatever it is. I'm really grateful that I moved today. And sometimes that means you've only had, and this happened to me, like when I had a full-time job, I sometimes would only work out 20 minutes or 15 minutes in the morning. And obviously it's not my ideal, and you determine whatever your ideal is, but always think that I'd rather do something than nothing. So if you show up for yourself and you do a 10-minute workout, celebrate that. Be kind with yourself. Don't say, oh man, I should have. That's one word that you need to eliminate, the should. That's not a great word it's not a very productive or positive word to use. So eliminate that and just say, today my goal was to show up for myself and to do something, and that's what I did. So once again, to be kind rather than to be harsh with yourself. And I really truly believe that's the key ingredient that for me has kept me on this journey. Because if you start kicking yourself and criticizing yourself when you don't do your workout perfectly or you don't eat perfectly, it can only bring you negative feelings, right? And when you have those negative feelings, then often you will reach for that chocolate bar or that ice cream or whatever it is that you normally do to comfort yourself, or that glass of wine or whatever it is. So one step at a time. Be kind with yourself. And if you know somebody that is on that wellness journey with you, if maybe you're not struggling so much, but you know somebody that is, tap into that kindness as well for other people. So key. Don't judge. Honestly, like, judgment, and that's something I'm working on too. I can be judgmental towards myself, towards others. It's not productive. So really, really, really always remember to infuse everything that you do on this wellness journey with kindness. When you're going for that run, when you're doing that workout, if you do see somebody next to you that's kicking ass, that's, let's say, in a yoga class and they're much more flexible than you, or you're running and somebody goes by you, watch those thoughts. And if you have that thought of, oh my God, like I have so far to go, oh my gosh, I'm so slow, I'm so not strong, replace that thought with something else. And that's really, really key, is to redirect your focus, redirect your mindset towards something that's more nourishing and productive, to help build up that energy and that confidence. So you might say, you know what, I showed up for myself today. You know what, that person that's running, they started from the beginning, just like we all do on their wellness journey. And that's what I'm doing now. And so maybe I will be able to run at that speed someday. So good for them. I celebrate that. And then move on. So I hope this is useful. This is something you'll probably have to remind yourself on a daily basis. It's something that I still have to do, even though I've realized that kindness is really important. I do tend sometimes to be hard on myself. So practice it. every day and everything that you do. At the end of the day, if you do have a gratitude practice, be grateful for the time that you took for yourself, for showing up for yourself, and focus that mindset on those victories rather than what you think that you didn't do right. So I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions or kindness on your health and wellness journey. I'm happy to help. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a fitness expert. However, as I said, I've been doing this for almost, as I said, 20 years now. So I've learned a lesson or two. And yeah, I wish you a healthy and happy week. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done yet. You can subscribe to the newsletter below. You can sign up to YouTube to get alerts. There's a little bell somewhere on the top here so you can get notifications from YouTube when a new video comes out. And yeah, there's a new video coming out every Sunday to start your week feeling inspired. And I will see you next week. Love you guys. Bye.